Guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I am on day 3 of Ethany's hashtag 31 Days of Tarot 2019. Today's prompt is, what were my top 5 Oracle decks that I either purchased or released in 2018. I mentioned in my other video that there were quite a few decks that I received as gifts in 2018 as far as tarot and oracle is concerned. And I released a lot of tarot and oracle decks because I was trying to like pare down what I had and just to make sure that everything I have is loved and used. So it was really hard for me to just pick 5 oracle decks. So just know that there are plenty of oracle decks that I've probably already mentioned on this channel that I love. So if you don't see it here, it's just because I just kind of grabbed what was near, because if I have it, it's because I love it and I'm using it. So it's not just like I just pick some random deck and I don't even use it. No, I use all of these. Okay, so let's jump into it. So the first 2 decks actually come from Duck Soup Productions, which is on Etsy, but they also have a website that you can buy their stuff from, which is www.tarotbyducksoup.com. And I purchased these decks, these 2 decks together, but I use both of them. And so one was on my wish list for a while, like probably, I don't know, 2 years maybe? Maybe when it first came out, but it was the Arthur Rackham Oracle. And I just, here are the backs. You can kind of choose what your backing is. They give you several choices. But I had like the Grimm's like fairy tales, and I had a lot of books that had Arthur Rackham's art in it. So to me, this is like my childhood when I'm looking at this art. It does read very dark. So if I'm needing to do some shadow work, or I really need to look at like the core of a situation, then this is what I use. I've used it for a few friends, but I think the majority of the time I use it for myself. I do feel that it pairs really well with whatever tarot deck that I am using, but yeah, it's more for the darker stuff, the getting to the heart of things stuff. The second Duck Soup Productions Oracle deck that I am loving is the Old Bear Oracle, and actually I just glued the title card onto here because it was just a regular white tuck box. And just pulling out just the cards. You have a choice of backings. I chose this kind of worn out burlap backing. And basically these cards are like the 54 cards of the Minor Arcana. And you can use them kind of connected to, like, let's say you have the 4 of Hearts, which is the 4 of Cups, and your like I would say like character for this would be Alphonse, and it's the Bohemian Bear. So you kind of see this like trying to find yourself, kind of lost maybe a little bit, and so you can kind of connect tarot with this oracle deck, or you could just use the archetypes on their own. You can use this as like a theme card for a reading, and I've used it for like all sorts of things. So theme cards, as archetypes, as along with other oracle decks and tarot decks, and I think it reads well with everything. And I use this a lot on my live chats that I do on Saturdays. And there are a few people that were going to be buying this for their children, since they felt that it was, you know, soft enough, and plus they could, you know, maybe practice kind of the tarot, you know, use with this. So yeah, I love this deck so much. The third oracle deck that I dig is by Karen Dalton Smith from Tea with Karen on Etsy, and this is just there's no keywords, no guidebook or anything like that. These are actually the backs of the cards, and the front here is just like a collage deck with photographs, and it's kind of, I guess some of them can be used kind of like Lenormand, but there's so many extra cards that it's not like a true Lenormand deck. But I like this particular deck for spirit communication, because I feel that when I am trying to communicate with spirit, which I can use a variety of different ways. And I'm always looking for different ways because, you know, different strokes for different folks. Not every spirit likes to communicate exactly the same, you know. I mean, all of us are different, so like when we're in spirit, we're all gonna be different, you know. So I feel like if there's no keywords and I can just like use my intuition to hone in on the images, that works really well for some spirits. Some spirits work with like pendulums and some with tarot decks, but yeah, I really love this oracle deck for that. The next oracle deck is the story cards, and technically like you could use this like if you're a writer and you're looking like, you know, for some fun prompts for writing. You can use these cards for that. You can use it to do actual storytelling, or you can use it as an oracle deck. I mean, it's totally up to you how you guys use your cards. I use it as an oracle deck, so I will treat it as an oracle deck. So these are the backs of the cards, and this is by Kathy Nichols. And these are her paintings. And I do like to stitch them together to form a story about my querent or about the question. So I'm using it more in the divinatory sense, whereas you can use it as well if you're an actual writer and you're like, oh, like I could create a story about this, and you can do it for like fun little writing exercises, like pull a card and then try to create a story around that card. So I mean, you could use it however you wish, but I like to use it for oracle. And the last deck of my top 5 of 2018, my top 5 oracle decks, is the Illuminated Earth Oracle. And this one, and this is by Claire Mack. Some people, it's like mixed reviews. Like some people have a hard time connecting with it. Some people just like, oh, it was like a godsend deck for them. For me, at first, it was difficult for me to figure out how to work with it. But I found out that for me personally, this is more of a meditation deck. So I can kind of read it if I have tarot cards with it, like if I'm going to do a spread with it. But, you know, just the cards on their own are a little bit more difficult for me if it was done into a spread. But if it has a tarot pairing, I seem to read with it a lot better. But I feel like that's not for me personally how it's meant to be read. In just how I work with it, and everybody works with their cards differently. I just like to choose a card, and that's the card that I meditate on, and I try to receive some guidance through that particular card through meditation. So this is a meditation oracle deck for me. Alright, you spiritual homies, so that was my top 5 oracle decks for 2018 as part of Ethany's hashtag 31 Days of Tarot 2019. Let me know if you have any comments or questions about the decks that you saw. Maybe you have them, maybe you don't. You want to talk a little bit about them. I'd be more than happy to have that convo with you. Just place that in the comment section down below. And if you want to catch a reading with me, head over to www.kittensweightsandtarot.com. I still have my year ahead readings on my Etsy shop, so there is a link on my website to get to my Etsy shop for that particular reading. All my other readings are on my website. And that's it for me, spiritual homies. So if you dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that ding 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 notification bell for more videos just like this. And I will catch you spiritual homies later, alright? Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out!